Hello, this video will explain how Rimpage compares athletes to determine who is the best. The first thing we're going to look at is rounds. I want to talk about what a round is. You can think of rounds as possessions. When both players have had their first possession, that's round one. When both players have had their second possession, that's round two, and so on. If a player, for example, scores 12 points, wins the match, but it took him, say, 21 possessions to do that, then you can say he won that match in 21 rounds. Or you could say a match went 15 rounds, which means it was over in 15 possessions. The next thing we want to look at is winning percentage. What percentage of your games have you won? Now, a player can say, I've won 20 matches, and that may sound impressive until we find out he played 100 matches. So it took you 100 matches to win 20. That's going to give you a low winning percentage. So the total number of wins may be high, but that win percentage is really going to put things in perspective in terms of how good you really are. The next category we're looking at is your player rating. All Rimpage players start off with a rating of 1000, and starting there, every time you win a match, you get 5 points. So you win your first match, your rating goes up to 1005. You win your second match, your rating goes up to 1010, and so on. Now, what happens if you lose a match? You lose 5 points. Rating is about volume. You can look at a guy's winning percentage and see he wins 80% of his matches. And you might say, wow, that's impressive, until you see that he's only played 3 matches. So winning percentage doesn't always tell the whole story. If you see a guy with a really high rating, then what that tells you is he's not only played a lot of matches, but he's also won a lot of matches. And that's going to give you a clearer picture of how good this guy is. And that's the whole point. The next thing we're looking at is a player's efficiency. Efficiency answers the question, how many possessions does it take you to score 1 point? Guy has 50 points on his stat card, and that might seem impressive until you see it's taken him 300 rounds to score those 50 points. 300 possessions is what it took him to score 50 points. That efficiency score is going to be very low. So efficiency tells us not just how many points you've scored, but how many possessions does it take you to score 1 point. The lower that number of rounds, the greater a player's efficiency, and that gives us a clearer picture of how good that player is. Now, we take all of that. We take your winning percentage, we take your player rating, we take your efficiency, we put together in a formula that gives us your supremacy rating. And it's this supremacy rating that determines where you rank. The player with the highest supremacy rating is the best player. So your goal is to play a lot of matches, win a lot of matches, and do it with maximum efficiency. That's it. That's how we do it. Welcome to Rimpage. Glad you're here. We're excited to see what you do with this opportunity.